Well, you're asking me about moderators, and we ain't even got a lot of people checking for the channel yet. It's all good though. What it do, people? You know what it is, and you know what it sounds like. NBA, picking with Pop. Let's go.
Yeah, great fire.
When the chicken, then the money line clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one populism. Coupon gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the band line in the air, throwing signals. When the chicken, then the money line clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one populism. Coupon gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the band lines in the air, throwing signals.
1,000 on the table, 100,000 in the bank account. I'm trying to get rich. Who else in the building? Trying to break the house. What it do, people? Welcome back to another edition of NBA Picking with Pop. I am your host, Popovich. Yeah, kid. That feeling. Happy Tuesday. You know what I mean? Transformation Tuesday. What you working on? How you working it? And is it working for you? I hope it is working for you. Every day I try to get better. That's the best advice I could give on this Transformation Tuesday. Nice NBA card today. I'm not in love with all of the games. 6 cards on the slate. But y'all know how we do. Here go a quick recap. Yesterday, 9 games on the board. And we went 7-2. We had a winning day. The locks, though, we only went 2-2 again. But we did hit the play of the day 2 in a row since I made the promise that we're going to hit 10 in a row. 2 in a row so far. We'll see how today's games play out. Anyway, we had Atlanta. They lost by 1. Detroit did come back and get that victory. They are who we thought they were, which is a good team. We had Cleveland beating Indiana. We knew they was going to come in and spank. The Wizards, I didn't think they was going to win the game money line, but we had them with that 10.5. Miami was the play of the day. They spanked the LA Clippers. I didn't like the body language of Kawhi Leonard or James Harden, so we had to fade them. Those are games that you love, to fade the opposite team when you see the body language. Charlotte, I kind of overlooked this, and yesterday it was 7 underdogs won, only 2 favorites, Miami and Cleveland. But Charlotte, we had Charlotte because they flooded Brooklyn the last time in Charlotte. But you know what we failed to recognize? We failed to recognize that Brooklyn hasn't won a home game yet. That was their first win at home since the season started. So that's something that we overlook. And I know, you're like, well, what that got to do with anything? It has to do with eventually they're going to win. And it doesn't matter who they play. Chicago Bulls. Your Chicago Bulls. They lost, but by 5. They was getting 9. And we was like, no way Orlando was that good. Orlando was good. They are one of the best teams, Jay. I don't think they're the best teams in the East. The best team in the East, rather, when the East is in the house. Oh, my God. I don't think they're the best team. They're one of the best teams. But every time they got to lay an extended number, ATS, they don't really be covering. They do good in the underdog role because there ain't no pressure to really win. That's just my observation. And my nigga Gray. Shout out to Gray. Dallas beat Denver. Denver 4th game. Not like LeBron James. Not 1, not 2, not 3. Like 4 straight home games, you get your ass kicked. And whether it's by 3, 1, 2, it doesn't matter. You lost. You're looking like losers, look like you can use us. It's a Rick Ross reference. But we had Dallas, and this is the reason why we had Dallas. We said, damn, Denver been losing. Why have they been losing? Is Joker working for the mob? Somebody let me know. Get that nigga on the bat line and see what's going on. Yugoslavian Mafia and all. Are you doing a lot of, even though he had a triple-double. But they're still missing Aaron Gordon, still missing Chris Brown. And to me, that's like the heart and soul, tough guy, the do-it-all type of person. You need people like him. Even though Bruce Brown is back, But that's why I think they losing, and that's why we took Dallas with that 11.5. Last game, Utah, we figured they bounced back. And the Lakers was a lock, and they lost outright. Back to back, old man LeBron, King old, you know what I mean? The old of the king. And they lost. So, we went 7-2. Our grand total record is now, I know I dragged that a little bit, but it's all good. Grand total record is we are now 166 and 141 as far as all of the games we picked. We are 73 and 64 and 1, as you can see from the thumbnail, on the locks, not from Yonkers. And we are now 16 and 24 on the play of the day, 2 in a row in the last 2, and we're going to hopefully make it 3 in a row today. With that being said, let's get to the first game. We got the Washington Wizards out on the road at the Philadelphia 76ers, and Philly is giving 13 and a half. And yeah, Philly should win, but I'm rolling with the Wizards. Back-to-back days too. I'm rolling with the Wizards. I know they on a back-to-back, but these two teams did play in Washington not too long ago, and the final score was yeah, where's the Wizards at? Where's the Wizards? Are we looking for Philly? That's why. Damn. Looking for Philly. All right, here. The 4th game of the season, overtime at Washington, 134, 139. I think Philly will bounce back and win at home, but I like Washington with that 13.5. I see them backdoor covering easily. I can't take Philly with all those players out thinking they're going to cover. Tyrese Maxey is playing the most minutes in the NBA. That's why he missed those 2 free throws at the end of the game. Or did somebody call that shit in? Maxey. Like, you know what I mean? Fucking with niggas' money. Anyway, next game up, we got the Portland Trail Blazers out on the road at the Toronto Raptors. And I was leaning the Raptors, I ain't gonna lie. Raptors on a 2-game losing streak, but so was Portland. Portland coming off a tough game against OKC on Sunday, 1 day in between the rest. And prior to that, they lost to the Spurs, but they did beat the Bucks. Lost to OKC again. Like, they the only team beat OKC. They the only team that's hanging with them. I like Toronto to bounce back at home, but I like Portland with that 5.5. They getting 5.5. I like them with the 5.5. It's split 50-50 with the points. Money line, 83% is on Toronto, and I'm not mad at you. I think they're going to win money line too. Also, just make note, Portland has won the last 2 games. Last year they swept them. They might match up well with them. I don't know. Next game up, we got my New York Knicks out on the road as a 1.5 point favorite at the Boston Celtics. And y'all know what we about to do. It's New York in the house. It's Brooklyn in the house. Uptown in the house. Shaolin, are you in the house? Japan, are you in the house? Everybody, are you in the house? Baby, baby, come on. Baby, come on. Baby, come on. Oh, we've seen these 2 teams play already. Knicks won. Let me do a quick recap. The video ain't going to be more than 10 minutes. We out of here. Don't worry about it. Knicks did play them not too long ago. Well, actually, the first week of the season. They played in the 2nd game of the season at home. They won by 10. Look at the box score. Knicks, they did their damage in the 2nd quarter. They scored 42-14. I don't think it plays out that way. I know I did all of the New York song and I did the dance and all that shit. But I like Boston. I think Boston bounced back. They playing good ball. Knicks still have to prove it to me on the road. I know they're a good team at home, but can you beat good teams on the road? And I'm sure they will throughout the season. It's 50-50 split with the -1.5. Boston money line, 57%. So I like Boston plus the 1.5. Next game up, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves out on the road at the Pelicans. And I like Minnesota. I think Minnesota win. They Hulk smash. No real rhyme or reason. I think they go and do what they got to do and smack the Pelicans. No Zion, no Messi, no Herbert. Like Minnesota's head and shoulders better than them, and I hope they go in there and they show them that they are better than them. So I'll take Minnesota minus the 12.5. Next game up, we got the Memphis Grizzlies out on the road getting 5.5 from the San Antonio Spurs. And we've seen these two teams play already. Spurs won 110-101 at the Grizzlies, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look and see. At the Grizzlies, right? No, the Spurs was home again on that day. But I think the Spurs are 111-101. I think the Spurs win again. Spurs is coming off losing to Timberwolves. My only trepidation is 4-game road trip. Since last Sunday, they started on the road. No back-to-backs in between there. But I think the Spurs is better, so I'm going to roll with the Spurs. But I won't be surprised if Memphis covers the spread because it's a revenge game for them. Actually, the same teams is playing. There's really only one quarter that the Spurs did their damage. Other than that, it was pretty much an even game. So I won't be surprised if Grizzlies cover the spread or win, but I'm going to go with the Spurs. Next game up, and last game of the night, we got OKC out on the road at Golden State Warriors. OKC is giving 11.5. And I like OKC, the best team in the NBA by far. Probably going to win back-to-back championships. Probably going to win the champion. Well, they won the championship already. Probably going to win the in-season tournament and the championship. I think as this in-cup season tournament continues to grow and more players want it, at least to win something. Some teams that's really in championship contention will try to do both. And then that'd be, you know what I mean? Like you won the chip, but we won the Emerald Cup and the chip. You know what I mean? Like we did our thing through the whole season. Golden State, on the other hand, they all, I know they got, Kuminga, I know they got Przinski and Moody, couple of young players, but not really great young players. Just okay pieces, in my opinion. Steph, Draymond, Jimmy Butler, Al Horford, that is the nucleus, and they and I know Steph just shooting jump shots, but he do run around the whole circle like Reggie Miller used to do or Rick Hamilton, and after a while, it does take a toll on you, and without him, not just for tonight, but in general, I don't really see them making no real damage. Maybe in the playoffs, if they get there throughout the season, they just walk their way through it, sleepwalk, get to the playoffs and try to turn on the switch. I don't think it works that way. With that being said, though, let's get to the theme music.
Yeah. Great fire.
Winner, chicken dinner, money line clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one popovism. Coupon gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the bad line in the air, throwing signals. Winner, chicken dinner.
Money line clicking. All right, guys. Here go the locks. Not from Yonkers, but the locks to get you and me the winner, chicken dinners. And it's 6 games, so we not going to be greedy. We only going to go with 3 locks. We're going to go with Boston Celtics. We're going to go with OKC. And we're going to go with the Spurs as the play of the day. That's who I like. That's who I'm taking. Let me know who you like. Let me know who you taking. Let me know where you think I'm bugging out at. Of course, I appreciate all the feedback. All I ask is that you tap the like button. But y'all know who it is. It's your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. NBA, picking with Pop. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here. One more again. Yeah, kid. Let's get some money today.